Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Star Technology. Alright, so here we are, today episode 22. And last episode I believe we were working on the LPIC wafers, the orange lens, the dye crafting and all that. And we kind of did, where was it? The quote-unquote hydrogen loop over here. And really, all this has really accomplished has been making oxygen. I don't even think this is a thing that works in this pack. So I'll probably demolish that. Now that being said, I did kind of work on some things off camera to show off today. I didn't build anything yet. But you'll see we have the distillation tower block. We're going to get that going and get some heavy oil, which, by the way, where is it? Oh, it's on the, yeah, there it is. So I did actually make a multi-block here, but I didn't set it up yet. All right, so this is going to be how we're going to be making the heavy oil, right? We're going to need logs, a circuit, and that's going to spit out the heavy oil and the ashes, but we don't care about that. Excuse me. So then once we get the heavy oil, it's going to go into a distill tower, and we're going to get the sulfuric fuels. And this is something that I've done before, but we're going to crack all of these fuels, whether it be steam or hydrogen. And I'll need to figure out which one of these, of the two methods I'm going to need for each thing. Like, I don't know if I need to... Wait a minute. Oh, right. So first we use hydrogen to separate the fuel, and we get some sulfide, which I think we can just reprocess. We might need it later for something else, but I don't think so. And then with the heavy fuel, we either steam crack it or hydrogen crack it, like this. Lightly hydro cracked, lightly steam cracked, right? Severely, which they all kind of have. They might have different outputs entirely, or different numbers. But anyway. Okay, so I think I ended up dropping a storage upgrade on the greenhouse. As you can see, now we're up to 4,000 logs. Now it's not very fast right now. It's still on HV. The only way we can make that spit out more is, I think, one of them being carbon dioxide. Now, there's calcite as a way. There's, let's see, electrolyzer, blast furnace, wood gas, liquid air, that's HV, coal gas, biomass, wood gas. Yeah, that's another thing that we'll have to make. But we kind of need more log output first and foremost. Yeah, so what's that NP? Ooh. Wow, okay, that's a little bit advanced right now for us. So let's not worry about that. Otherwise, if we wanted to just make carbon dioxide, we could chemically react. Methane. Water. Yeah, I mean, there's this whole thing that we were working on before. I don't know. I'll have to look into this and see what I need. Of course, there might be an explainer in the Discord about that whole production line. Okay, so for the heavy oil, we're going to be getting out 4 fuels, or 4 different types of fuels. So we're going to need 4 of that. And then we're going to need a input hatch. I thought I made these somewhere. I guess not. While we're making things, we're going to want tanks. And we're going to need 4 buses. Let's go with that. MV energy hatch. I thought I had this stuff somewhere. It may have gotten used. But that's no problem. We can just jump cut to when we have everything. We should have a maintenance hatch. Yes. So something like I'll put it over here, for example. Now, does this go in the bottom middle or yes? Okay. Now, I don't think we're gonna need an output bus for this. Where's the freaking... Oh, hold on. Like, it says output bus, but I don't think we're really outputting an item, so it shouldn't be a big deal, but if it doesn't form, I'll know why. All right, so I'll put you there, right? And then we're gonna go 1, 2, 2. Oh yeah, I can fly. And 4. Okay. And then at this point, we just gotta route them around. There we go. I don't think this needs a maintenance hatch or anything, so that should be good. Let's come down here. Anything done yet? Okay, let me just jump cut. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I got what I need. At least what I requested anyway. Let's go back up to our tower. We're gonna go boop boop. Oh, did I forget the input hatch slot? No problem, let's put it right here. Okay, there we go. I guess we did not need an output bus. Excuse me. Okay, cool. So that's good to go. Now, oh, you know, I just realized I'm gonna need interfaces for the pyro oven. All right, no worries. Oh, look at that. Already had them. Totally not planned at all. Although those probably would have been a lot easier to make. Wait for anyway. Wait, hold on. What? Okay. I just need to check something, but I don't want to have lyrics, so let me get a different song here. Okay. And another lyrics. All right, let me just go up here. You know what? Probably be a better idea if I rotate them to the side. Yeah, it works, I guess. Okay, so oak log and... Oh no, that's input hatch. oak log, and I think I want to say this was 3. Where's the pyro oven? Oh, there we go. Yep, okay, 3. Now, of course, I don't have power plugged in here yet, so let's get that remedied. Okay, so I'm gonna need a signalum. Also wouldn't hurt eventually at some point to get terminals set up. The various platforms. Okie dokie. Actually, that's not gonna work like that. Let me get that there. And get rid of you. There we go. Oh, and one more adjustment. Okie doke, we are in business. Now that's gonna be, that's not gonna have a storage drive to go into. Need for that to finish. Yeah, see, okay. Screw it. Let's just make a storage cell for it. I was gonna say, why not make one of those super tanks for it? But either way, I'd have to make another item regardless. Okay, so as far as that up there, that's still on the signalum circuit. So I'm gonna need the bigger sig cable. While I wait for that to finish crafting. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna need to make a cobble platform over here too. I think like that. That. And then boop, boop, boop. Cool. Now I'm gonna need obviously another face down there. Let's see here. Wrench. Cool. And then, yep, inner bus. Stored buses. No, I didn't want to do it that way. There we go. I will need more cable. Let's drop down to our platform. Okay, so that's cooking. That's almost done. Okay, as we wait for that to do its thing, what's finished up in here? Oh, the tanks. Cool. Okay. All right. Vacuum freezer, distiller, oil cracking. Choose an oil byproduct and get it cracked to allow you to take some time to figure out. Chemical reactor is going to be used for cracking, but less efficient. All right. So there's that. Fluid drilling, distilling. Oh, I never got the wafer grabbed out of the system. Alright, so while that cooks up, that should unlock that. There's the ore proc factory. That's another thing that we could get into. Excuse me. But yeah, so ideally we're gonna work over here to the circuit assembler, get the mainframes, and then we can expand out this way. Ooh, a hardened industrial furnace, a boosted EBF. Interesting. Okay, there's cable. There's the 1K drive. Heavy oil. Heavy oil. In you go. Okay, cool. So that's done. Now, are you in the system? Correct. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna need a couple more interfaces. So that might take a bit. Let's see. We should have the flooring by now. But we're gonna need the chloroform and the methane. Right. And the methane is gonna come from effectively distilling. Severely steam cracked heavy fuel. LSC, or actually, where's the distill tower? LSC heavy, SHC light. Yeah, so I need to figure out what to do for each of these fuels. I mean, it looks like, depending on what it is, you get more of the outputs. There's methane, right? So maybe like SSC, for example, SSCN or SSC naphtha would be an option to go with. And for that, we would need then another naphtha and steam. But I'll try to look back on like my prior season and see what I did there. Okie dokie. Go up here. Shit. Boop. Alright. Now the question is where to run the cable. Actually, you know what? Let me do it like boop, boop, boop. Excuse me. Jesus, it's so rough doing it like this. See, can I just... Oh, yeah, there's a good connection point. Okay, so... Heavy oil. Heavy oil. And Eureka. Okay, so that is a running. So let's see. Severely steam cracked naphtha, for example. We're gonna need... Well, I should probably make 4 chemical reactors to hold the base fuels, and then, of course, hydrogen sulfide. Now, if we go to HV, that will be kind of more quick. But I don't know if we're really... I could just go with the MV. Because we're not really... Hold on. We're not really generating all that much naphtha, for example. And we would need, 12 buckets. But something tells me the reactors for HV wouldn't really be all that bad. And then I'm going to want 5 more of the storage drives for the fuels and the sulfide that's going to come from it. Did I forget to set up the... Did... Get that adjusted. Yeah, see, there's naphtha, and we really have a bucket of it. But, here comes the joys of having a world update while you're offline. Now, the sulfuric gas, if we really wanted to... We could make a down and dirty way of getting methane right now. But I should probably go all in for this and get this infrastructure set up now. You know what I mean? So, I really am tempted to make like more pyro ovens. Or I could just swap this to 3 for a bit. I don't think we really need creosote all that much right now. And even if we end up needing creosote production again, I can just re-enable it and it'll be good to go. And that should swap over. Yep, there we go. Heavy oil. Okay. Heavy fuel, 16 buckets, light, barely a bucket on the naphtha. That's unfortunate. Okay, so let me do this. Let me do a little pause. Hydrogen. Yeah, and then I'll figure out which fuels I want to do. Or at least wait for the reactors to finish up. Why are you stuck? It's probably making something in the EVF right now. Oh yeah, that. So I'll wait for those cells to get done, get the reactors going. Try to figure out what fuels I'm going to go with. Yeah, and but what I'll probably do is I'm going to tear out this tower over here and set up the chemical reactors. Which honestly, I don't even need 4 if I'm going to be doing that. Wait, that's... Yep, CR. Okay, yeah. So I have 3 CRs already. So that'll save me some time. And yeah, I mean, really, with the pyrolyzed oven situation, I could just make multiple pyro ovens, and that way we get more fuel that way. I think we have a power generation to last us a while, considering we haven't dropped below 200 diamonds yet. Our steam is pretty good. I have 2 steam dynamos here just plugged in via storage bus. And they're pretty much, well, that one's almost full. So our draw of steam isn't tanking our supply, but we might need to update that in the near future. But okay, let me pause here and I'll be back in a bit. Alright, everybody, we're back. Okay. I'm gonna put away some stuff here. I think I got what I need famous last words, to get going on the sulfuric fuel situation. Okay, that will stay there. Okay, so I got my little fluid filters here. So far they only have hydrogen in them. That's because I'm going to do this one by one. So there's that. There's that. There's that. And there's that. Now I think I have an idea for what I'm going to be doing for the fuels, or for the shit. Hold on. For turning the sulfuric, the regular fuels into their versions that will go into distill towers, but the refinery gas, or the sulfuric gas, is going to turn into refinery gas. Then that will get turned into methane. So this is what I've grabbed from the Discord server, plan-wise. So we're going to do that. All right, so hydrogen and sulfuric, and I really hate how it does it, like it puts a fraction of a thingy. All right, let's see. Shoot, what was the heavy fuel? Okay, for some reason I think the distill tower, or the buses, are not sending to the system, question mark. So there's that. Is it because of that? I think. No. Sulfuric heavy fuel. Okay, what gives here? Let me fiddle with something here. Okay, what the hell? You're right there. Is it? Oh, I know why. Because this is on a freaking sub network. That's a... There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's gonna put heavy fuel. Oh shit, I forgot about the... Oh, you know what I did? I fucked up. So I made the drives to store all the fluids, but I goofed. So let's grab these out and get that fixed. Did my music die? I know it's playing another song. Okay, so light fuel. In you go. Next, refinery. Oh no, that would be that. There we go. Next, naphtha. Was it NAPH, I believe? And last, heavy fuel. There we go. Get rid of that. There we go. All right. Put those back in. There we go. All right, so that's fixed now. Go back to where we was, over here. Get you going again. All right, so that's going. All right, next we're gonna do light fuel, hydrogen. And boop. Oh yeah, I forgot about that step down here. There we go. Oh, it doesn't have the fuel for it. That's fine. Okay, over here. Naphtha. And naphtha. No, I goofed. Because that's some of these machines that will never work. So let me just fix that. Okay. Oh, and should spit you out. So the sulfide should be going into a fluid cell. So that's good there. And then the last one here is going to be the refinery. Or the sulfuric gas, rather, but you know, whatever. Okay, there we go. Spit. Okay, that should all be good. Good. Why are you stopped? Oh, 16. Okay, so that should all be good there. Now, we're gonna need another... Well, we're gonna need a pump, I guess. Pump. Not you. And we have the interface, so we don't need to worry about that. So, the refinery gas... We just pump it into a centrifuge, and we're gonna get LPG out. Which, that could be used. But if we were to distill it, we would get more methane and such. Yeah, I'm just looking at the Discord explanation for this. Effectively, the reason why we're centrifuging refinery gas, what they have here is saying that this way from methane is the second most liquid in most of the oils, so we have a lot of it. They don't crack refinery because they don't need hydrogen from that, and it isn't a very good source of helium. So there's another way to get helium effectively. Okay, so don't worry about that. We're gonna need another fluid cell for that LPG. While that cooks, let's come up here. Oh, I should get another filter. Crap, I forgot about that. So there's that filter. That's gonna be a bit. All right, and then we do refinery gas. That's gonna spit out methane. So yeah, the LPG is gonna be shit. There we go. Shoot. I need a plunger or something. Let's see if I can make this real quick. Okay. Get you out of there. Probably should have tanked it, but whatever. Alright, cool. So we got the methane handling for us now. Hello, brain. We've got the methane handled now. So for the chloroform... Ugh. We need chlorine. Wait a minute. We should have chlorine, don't we? Plenty of chlorine. Okay. So then once I get the chloroform, hydrofluoric, we'll get HCl back, but also tetrafluoroethylene, and mix it with oxygen, and we have our PTFE. As far as the hydrochloric acid, do we have that yet? Are we storing that? I think we're just making it right now, right? So if I made this right now, it would store in our system. Correct. Okay. So, yeah, I could do with a little HCl. Now, if we broke that down, that would just be hydrogen chlorine. But we're gonna need it for future resources, so that's a thing to keep in mind. What about the... I mean, the LPG... could be used in a gas turbine. I guess we'll have to see how much LPG that we're getting in the end. Know what I mean? So... LPG. In you go. And then destruction. Come on. Okay, well, that cooks. Let's see, what was I gonna do? Right, so for the PTFE chain, we'll have the methane. And the chloroform will be coming soon. Fluorine we have. And the hydrofluoric. I guess right now we can just make this in a chemical reactor recipe. And the same for tetrafluoroethylene. Let's see. I should probably get... I was gonna say a cell. I could just, for the time being, have a fluid cell that's going to store equal parts chloroform. No, you know what? I might want to get a couple more of these then. So then we'll have separate storages of the chloroform, the tetrafluoroethylene, the PTFE, the HCl. But everything will be auto-craftable for the time being. And then once we get LCRs going, then we're going to be in real business because they are much more efficient at making things. So, let's see. Let me do this. I'm gonna probably take a pause here and let some resources build up, and then we'll come back and we'll finish off this episode with getting the PTFE, and then we can move on in the next episode to getting the LCRs going. There's the PTFE. Oh yeah, lockable hatches are pretty nice. But let's see, when using the multiplier version of a single block, you have a option. Wait, hold on, that's not what I wanted. Lockable fluid hatches. Fluid output hatches have the power to be locked to only accept a certain fluids. Can be useful in multi-blocks like the LCR and the distillation towers, which usually. Yeah, right. That's right. Anyway, multi-block upgrade kit, HV machines into their perfect multi-block variants. We might need to look into that as well. But yeah, that being said, back in a few. Okay, everybody. Oh yeah, so this is gonna be a how do I speak even? We're gonna do a little bit more, and then we're gonna wrap this episode up. It's already 40 minutes in, and long story short, I am recording this on a different day. And some progress, progress on the oil front, I suppose, has been made since we last checked in. For example, you can see we have about 200 buckets of naphtha. And, I don't think I was trying to think. I did go ahead and get the PTFE drives in our bays. The word will escape me from there for a minute. You can see we have hydrofluoric, TFE, or tetrafluoroethylene, polytetrafluoroethylene, and we have 16 buckets, and chloroform. There's methane there. We got about 400 buckets, so that's pretty good. And I gotta get that named, but I'll worry about that later. That being said, if we come up here to the chemical reactor, we can see we have the patterns for the PTFE, the TFE, the chloroform, and the hydrofluoric. I think for the time being, we're just gonna deal with on demand for that kind of thing. Now, oops, hold on, polytetra. So now that we have the fluid, I think we have a molder, right? Ingots, wait. Solidifier. There we go. Cool. So let's get the recipe for that cooked up. There we go. Now if I ask for an ingot, there we go. So now we have polytetrafluoroethylene. Now for the large chemical reactor, we're gonna need pipes, right? So that is why we got the ingot pattern going on. Let's go ahead and get that. Can I click on the right place? Thank you. Excuse me. Okie dokie. So that should finish pretty shortly? Question mark? Cool. Okay. So the PTFE is handled, but... Oh, did I not get the... ULIC? ULC... No, what was it called again? Wafer? LPIC. LPIC... chip. Oh, no, the wafer. My bad. Okay, so that's that out of the way. There's the energy hatch. Boo. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Vinyl. Oh, no, not. I need the poly. Tetra. I need a bucket. Wait for that to finish. Polytetra. There we go. Alright, so that's out of the way. And then we come back up here. And there we go. The LCR quest is now unlocked. Maybe... maybe we get the multi-block here cooked up. Everything looks ready to go. So we're gonna drop you in there. And we actually might get this LCR control block today. I mean, I say might, as if it's gonna be a hard thing to wait for, but no. We definitely can work. Oh, there it is, right there. There we go. Now we're gonna need a few things. We're gonna need the PTFE pipe casing and the chemically inert machine casings. So PTFE, we're gonna need you, and that's gonna be fluid with solid machine casings. And then you. Okay, so we're gonna need sheets, normal pipes, and frames. So let's... Oh, okay. Give me a second here. Sheet. Yeah, okay, that works. And normal poly. Normally, there we go. Normal. Okay. That's all good there. And now we just need the frame, which means we're going to need the rods. And the rods come from the ingot. Oh. In you go. In you go. And those, let's see, that is an assembler recipe. And then you are a regular recipe. So we'll ask for one of that and one of that. And this is just mostly to make sure that this recipe has been set up properly. Yeah, and there we go. Okay then. So I think next episode we're gonna work on getting the LCRs. Well, I say the LCRs as if I have a plan for that. But we'll get a LCR at least going to be like a super crafter. Oil, fluid drilling. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to make that at some point. Fluid drilling. Yeah, so the prospector will allow us to see where oil is in the world. Of course, if we use the fluid drill, we're gonna get a different type of fluid in the world. So it might not be a problem when we distill it, but obviously we're gonna have a separate distiller tower or any other oil. Liquid air, that's gonna lead up into the nuclear reactor. Oil cracking. Oh yeah, so that's actually something that we want to do. Mix oil distillation byproducts with some hydrogen to clean them, allowing you to distill them further. Yeah, we did that. Choose an oil byproduct and get it cracked to allow even further processing. Taking some time to figure out chemical... Yeah, so effectively this cracking machine would do the job that our hydrogen reactors are doing right now. Like, for example, light fuel and hydrogen. it's a 1-to-1 ratio, where if we did a regular reactor, it's a one, well, yeah, it's a half situation. So cracking machines, to figure out where to put those, if at all. Maybe over there. But then, byproduct, I hope you like the definition. Another material that can be used to coat cables is the most efficient resource-wise, should now be easily craftable with oil distillation fully set up. Right. So we are going to have to come back next episode and take a look at our oil distillation situation. I don't have the infographic in front of me, but effectively we're going to want to say take light fuel. Oh, you know what? I think I wrote this down. Lightly hydrocracked light fuel. Right, so lightly... There it is. So if we distill this, propane, ethane, methane, butane, and all this good stuff. Oh yeah, we get more naphtha too. More light fuel. Oh, this is heavy fuel. But you get the idea. Lightly hydrocracked. There we go. So octane, butane, methane, ethane, propane, and naphtha. Some of these fluids we're going to be like turning into the other version of it, like propane to propene or something like that. But I'm getting way ahead of myself, and we're getting long in the episode today. So that being said, I hope you did enjoy, and if you like what you saw here today, please leave a like or a comment down below. It really helps me out, and I'll see you all in the next one. That's all for now.